Okay, so in this question, we're given an equation x times y plus e to the y equals e, and we have to find the value of y double prime at the point where x equals 0. Okay, so let's start by just differentiating, I guess. So differentiating both sides, d dx of xy plus e to the y equals d dx of e. So on the left-hand side, I first need to use a product rule. Derivative of x is 1 times y, plus, leave the x alone, times derivative of y is just y prime, plus e to the y. Derivative of e to the y is e to the y times the derivative of the stuff inside. Derivative of y is y prime. Equals, the right-hand side, d dx of e, its derivative of a constant, is just 0. And now I need to take another derivative. So let's see. Do I want to solve for y prime? Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, sure. So I'm going to first say this is x plus e to the y times y prime equaling negative y. Right, collecting terms and then moving to negative y, and then dividing both sides by this coefficient of y prime. I get y prime equals negative y over x plus e to the y. Okay, so now we can find y double prime, and this should be given by, I need to use a quotient rule now, so I'm going to take the derivative of this. So low is left alone. D high, so derivative of high is negative y prime. So low d high minus high, negative y, d low, so derivative of the low, derivative of x is 1, plus e to the y, y prime, all over low squared, x plus e to the y, quantity squared. Okay, and now I guess what I can do is I'll substitute in those y prime quantities that we know. So y double prime should be, so look, I know something interesting here, negative y prime here, so if I move the negative from the right to the left here, negative y prime would be y over x plus e to the y, which you notice, that would actually cancel with this coefficient, right? So putting that all together, this first term becomes just y, which is kind of nice. So I get y plus y times 1 plus e to the y times this y prime, so now I have to put this all together, e to the y times negative y over x plus e to the y. Okay, all of this over x plus e to the y quantity squared. Okay, so I know x is supposed to be 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug that in right away. So y double prime equals y plus y times 1 plus, now look, when x equals 0, I'm going to get e to the y over e to the y here, which are going to cancel, so actually I just get a negative y. And then all over, and then here x goes to 0, I get e to the y, quantity squared. And so, simplifying this numerator a little bit, I get y plus y is 2y minus y squared, all over e to the y, quantity squared. Okay, so it looks like I still need a y value, so let's go back to our original equation. When x equals 0, let's see if we can figure out what y must be. So plugging in x equals 0 to my original equation, I get 0 plus e to the y equals e. Oh, okay, that's actually really helpful, right? This tells me e to the y equals e. You can take the ln of both sides, or just look at this and say, clearly y must be 1. Okay, so now this is the information that I was missing. I can finish off this y double prime by plugging in y equals 1. I get 2 times 1 minus 1 squared over e to the 1 quantity squared. On the numerator I get 2 minus 1, so I get 1 over e squared. So 1 over e squared would be the value of the second derivative. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. This is a slightly more involved question. I think it combines a lot of nice techniques, and it required us to be a little thoughtful here, right? We were missing a little bit of information. We had to sort of follow our nose to figure out how to get that y value. So hopefully that makes sense, and come talk to me if it doesn't.